So, got a new stone. Thank you very much to Mercedes and Jack Miniog. Sorry, I have no idea how to pronounce your last name, Mercedes. But here we go. So they've sent me new Welsh honing stone, slate stone. Looks nice. Do you know what? I think it looks really smooth. Gonna give it a good run. I'm gonna see how it's come out the box, see how it compares to what they're selling, see what they're saying it is. We're gonna have a good look at how prepared it is for going straight on the hone, see if it's flat and ready to go. And then we're going to see how it hones from start to finish. All I'm going to do is I'm going to get a fresh GD66, something I made ages ago. I will set the bevel with a Nanny Pro, like I do with every single razor, and I'm going to see if it will get it to finish just using this stone. Looks nice. Let's get on with it. So, that's mine, multi-talented. Bit of stop motion for you. Magic. My hair's way too long. My hair's way too long. Right, so they say that it's 8" by 2" by 1". Sure it is. Inch, bang on. I get that just over 2. One, 2/16. Getting a bit more for your money than they say. Most important thing, I think, how easy does this sticker come off? Crucial moment. Do I leave it on? Do I use that as the bottom? I'll get it peeled off. I'll come back. Okay, I can't get it off. I might be able to get it off, but it's going to take me ages. Let's say that's the bottom. And you'll remember what stone it is. Right, so I'm going to compare this to 2 stones. My favourite. Shobu, mini one. I use this for all my razors to finish. My favourite finish. It's quick. Gives a really smooth shave. Faultless stone. And we've got ILR, given to me by James ages ago. Still appreciate this stone. Lovely stone. Gives a bit more of a polished finish compared to the Shobu. A little bit slower, but cheaper. Really good stone. So, first thing to look at, any defects, how smooth is it, all the same tone of colour, no cracks, simple stuff. I've had the other Welsh slates before. I've had the Dragon's Tongue, I've had the Sharpening. Is that the purple one? And there's another one, all from AJ on eBay. I'm sure you guys have used them before. They didn't strike me as the fastest stones. They're alright. They're budget. They work. Normally you need more than one stone though, or you're going to be on it for ages. Maybe this is different. We're going to find out. So far, looks good. Smells like a Welsh home. Each slate seems to smell different. This is, I don't know how to describe it. More stony. I feel like I'm in a quarry. It smells like roots. This one seems to smell, this is the Isla. It seems to smell sweeter. This is how you review stones. Sweeter. The Shobu has almost no smell. I don't know whether that's the minerals in the rock or just I use it all the time. I've never sealed it. Still fine. I've probably done 500 razors on it. Doesn't seem thinner than it ever was. Smell different. But this definitely smells like a Welsh home. So from the smell test, I'm going to assume that it's going to work like a Welsh home. Time will see. Well, let's see how flat it is. Right, so we're going to see how flat it is. I'm going to do the usual way, which I'm sure many of you do. Cross marks, sand them off, flat. Piece of glass. Fairly confident this is going to do it without much work, so I'm going straight to the 400. Anyone who doesn't do this, bit of water on the glass, keeps it still. Water on the top for lubricant. Sand in circles till the lines are gone. Simple. Okay, I was hoping they'd be gone by now, but still there. Still there. Nearly done. Ooh. Sorry guys. Man, this is going to take me a little while. back with you shortly. So that didn't actually take that long. Say that was 400 grit sandpaper. Bit optimistic it'd be instant. 2-3 minutes. Ready to go. I didn't need to drop grit or anything like that. I've had other Welsh slates that have taken me ages, even with 120 grit. I've been out of muscle before I've actually managed to linish it. This one, it's now ready to go. You can see, nice, very smooth. Can't see much difference in tone anywhere. Looks like a nice piece of rock. So, next test. Let's get a razor bevel set, and then we're going to see how this hums. Back in a few minutes. So this is what I'm going to hone. I just set the bevel on a Nanny Pro. It's actually an old razor of mine. Used it for years. Already shaves hairs from. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Definitely not with that light. Already shaves from the bevel set. No problem whatsoever. That's how good the Nanny Pro is. But take it to the next level now with the Welsh Slate, see how it does. Just one thing I wanted to mention before I started honing. April next year, I'm running a marathon for CLIC Sargent, charity that supports children with cancer. They help financially support families, support them the entire way through it. Who doesn't want to help kids? I've got a Just Giving page. It's going to be down in the comments below the video somewhere. If you feel like supporting me, that'd be massively appreciated. Any amount would be amazing. But let's get this honed up. I think to begin with, I'm just going to do it with water. We'll see how it goes with just water. See how the edge is changing. See if it's polishing nicely. If it needs a bit of help, I'll use my trusty mini DMT. Just speed up the process. But let's get going. By the way, I know the camera shakes. Sorry about that. You guys have seen me home before. If you want to see any honing videos where the camera is probably also shaking, just head to my YouTube channel. But here we go. So just a little bit of water. Let's see how long it takes to polish this edge. I'm just going to do the standard axe method. I'll just do 30 either side and see what it looks like. Something. Felt like there was some nice grab there. Bevel scratch is still clear. So I try and keep the razor in the frame for you guys. No, it definitely needs a lot more. Let's do 60. Was that 40 or... I don't know. Let's do another 20. Right, so starting to get some polish, but bevel scratches definitely still there. I would have been amazed if this still managed to cut through bevel scratch with just water, so I was pretty sure that wouldn't happen anyway. Let's use the DMT. Let's see what a change that does. One minute, guys. I'm using a dirty DMT here. It's leaving bits on my stone. Just gonna wash the DMT, wash the stone, come back. Right, round 2. Not too thick, just enough to help it start cutting. One thing to mention, this doesn't come with a slurry stone. I did ask them, it does not come with a slurry stone. I've never really used slurry stones myself. I find them awful to use, but might be something to consider if you like them. So here we go. We'll start with, same again, 30 strokes. So one thing I noticed straight away, if I was using the shobu, I would notice the slurry already getting some metal in it. I can't see any change in colour whatsoever. So Kind of tells you how quick it cuts. But saying that, those scratches are definitely... I'm struggling to... I can't see any bevel scratches. Yeah. Just 30 strokes, and I cannot see any bevel scratches. Let's do another 30 and then we'll start diluting the slurry. Still seems to be giving some quite nice feedback. Feel the grip nicely. Now, I used to use a jeweler's loop. I think I can see any scratches. If you turn it to the light right, you can see any scratches. You can see any tiny chips in the edge. Honestly, it's looking good. Bevel scratches all gone. Not massively polished, which I didn't expect, but comparing this to the Shobu, 60 scratch. It always takes about 60 strokes. Bevel scratches are gone, with fairly medium slurry similar to this. So far acting similar to the Shobu. So dilute it down a bit. Another 30. Now the Shobu doesn't leave much of a polish, even with just water, and I can pretty much guess what stone I've used just from looking at how polished the edge is. So. So you guys know that sticky feeling that you get, which kind of tells you that the scratch marks in the razor are starting to match up with the grit of the stone. It's starting to stick around the 15 stroke, which I would expect similar from the Shobu at this point. I would say this feels like it's cutting a little bit faster than the ILR. Still not loads of polish, but we'll keep going. Do another 30. Right, so we're starting to get a reasonable amount of polish on there as well. So I think this razor's quite close to being finished now from what this stone has to offer. I think with the level of shine I've got now, this is probably where I would actually prefer to stop, to give me the edge that I quite like for a shave. I'll do another 30 strokes, a bit more water, just to see if I can get a bit more polish, and then we'll get it finished up, ready for a shave. Now it's starting to stick about stroke 8, which tells you that it's pretty much got everything out of this stone that it has to offer. Ooh. Yeah, it's a nice amount of polish. I think I can see some very slight scratches from probably the first amount of slurry that I've put on. So I think I probably could have done with a tiny bit more when I first diluted it. Maybe 20 strokes. It's gonna be fine. Overall, looks like a nice edge. There's no chips, no scratches apart from what I said about that's gonna be me just getting used to the stone. That was pretty fast. Gotta say, it's, maybe not quite as fast as the Shobu. But Shobu costs. This is what, 38 quid delivered. Good stone. But saying that, this is only by looking at an edge. Oh, the shave will tell. And you get rid of all this. It's going to power through. I'll tell you now. So, I'm going to go have a shave. Because that's the final test. I'll strop the same as I always do. Using the strops that I design. I'm sure loads of you guys have seen those strops. So I'm going to do 40 on the nylon, held tight, and then I'll do 80 on the leather, held very slight slack, same as I always do. Get ready for the shave. I will be back with conclusion, summary, finalisation, fini. Back soon. I know what you're thinking. I didn't know you were 18. So done a 2-pass. I used sandalwood tops because lovely. Custom Mazingo brush, my favourite. I put the Shave the Day photo on SIUK before I did the video, before I finished the video, just to let you guys know that this is coming up. Really good shave. Really, I wouldn't say the smoothest shave I've ever had, but pretty good. I realised I didn't do the hanging hair test because I never normally need to do it. I do it by eye, but I did it anyway just before I got in the bath. No problems. Inch from the fingers, straight through, no splitting, just clean cut, as it should be. I know it's not like a defining test for anyone, but it's a good sort of indication on how keen the edge is. Obviously, the only way of testing how smooth it is going to be to shave, but sharpness, I think the hanging hair test is a pretty good test. But yeah, so the edge I normally go for is shobu, and then just to sort of smooth down the edge a little bit, I do about 20 laps on Crocs on balsa strap, and then I do my normal stropping before I shave. I didn't do Crocs with the Miniog. Is it called a Miniog? Let's go with it's called a Miniog Welsh Slate. Perfectly good. You know what, for 38 quid, you only need 1 stone from Bevel. 38 quid, you know. And I think the Miniog guys, they've just put a code on SIUK, 50% off, so you're getting this for like 19 quid. 1 stone finish for 19 quid, that's pretty impressive. Even 38 quid, that's pretty impressive. So obviously my Shobu, that was 60 quid from J&S. It's pretty thin, it's not exactly a substantial stone. I don't think everyone could manage with the size it is. It's pretty tight, but I manage fine. I might replace it one day with a bigger one, but that's going to cost loads. I think the price is quite similar to the ILR. ILR, I think it's slower, but it does put on a higher polish. Obviously, I didn't finish this with just plain water, and I'd used my DMT on the stone, so I don't know how high of a polish it can create. It will be more than what mine finished at. This one, I have tested it after it's recently linished on 600 grit, just with water. So I'm probably assuming this will give you a similar polish if that's what you're looking for. But for me, I don't care for polish. I just want a reasonably smooth shave. Probably for me, I probably want an edge that's around 12,000 grit. I don't know if that actually is 12,000 grit. I've never used a synthetic stone saying it's 12,000 grit. Just from what people have said from the stones that I've got, I'd probably guess about 12,000. I think ILR is supposed to be around 15 to 20,000. I don't like it finished right up to water on this. This is supposed to be 20,000 the Shobu, but I finish on light slurry. I tried thicker slurry, that seemed too much. I've used an 8K synthetic and finished off an 8K. That was not fine enough for me. It's okay, but I just wanted a bit finer. So that's what I like. Anyway, so I was thinking with the sticker on the bottom, it might be a good idea to leave it on there because it'll tell you what the bottom is. But I've just washed it and I've noticed the water's pulling it off, so you're gonna have to pull it off anyway. So that's one teeny tiny downside, that you're going to have to struggle to get the sticker off. It'll come off with water, but then you won't know what side is the bottom. So it's not a major issue. Who cares really? It's good stuff. So yeah, loads of people ask for what stone can go from bevel set to finish, and they're on a budget. That would be a great option. I'd actually say I'm going to recommend that. Anyone wanting a stone less than 50 quid, start to finish, just get that. It'll do the job. So I hope that you enjoyed this review. I hope I've done this justice. Obviously, it's the first time I've used it. I won't know it absolutely inside and out, but from that one attempt, it's given me a really good shave. It was quick. It stacked up to what they said it was going to be. They know what they're doing. It's a good product. Go buy it if you want it. Simple as that. Right. Have a good evening, guys.